Hello and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Ryan.
I'm Sadie.
And in today's video, we're going to be telling you the story of how we first met.
Which is 9 years ago in November.
Yeah. Go on, you tell the story.
Well, I'm not going to tell the whole story.
I'll interrupt you in a minute.
So it actually started on BlackBerry Messenger, BBM. I added Ryan's friend Josh, who I thought was Ryan because of his profile picture. It was both of them, and I thought, you know, he's really fit and I really want to talk to him. I know, this is so cringe, this is so embarrassing, but we've got to tell you guys how we met, because it's a really cute story and funny, so stay watching. So I was messaging him and I was like, oh, do you want to meet up? And then flirting with him and talking every day, and I was like, oh, we really get on. And then he changed his picture to just Josh, and I was like, oh, it wasn't the other person. I thought it was the other person. I thought it was you.
Oh,
you in his picture. It's a really lovely picture of them both. And I was like, I'm really sorry. I thought it was the other person. And he's like, oh, no worries. That's my mate Ryan. Do you want to add him on BBM? And I started talking to Ryan.
Classic wingman. Go on, Josh.
So I started talking to Ryan, and yeah, I think it was like my 16th birthday coming up, but you were performing in London on the 7th of July.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh, come to my birthday, and he was like, oh no, I'm performing in London. And we didn't talk for another year, did we?
No,
it just
went a while.
fizzled out. And I was on a weekend away with Phoebe. We was looking after our auntie's house, and Ryan added me back, and he was like, oh, let's talk again. And you wanted to Skype. And what was the first Skype call like?
I remember, like, I think he was drunk. Was he drunk?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know, I was one of them teenagers that just like playing games and stuff. I think I was like playing...
You had your headphones on.
Yeah.
And you were like, oh, there's Skype. So I Skyped with him, and I like took ages to straighten my hair. I was like, Phoebe, like, dress me up. Come on, I need to look good for this boy. Like, I really wanted to make the effort. And
oops.
And he didn't really make much of an effort. He just wore his headphones, and you were like, you alright? And I was like...
I had these big, massive headphones,
yeah,
by the way.
he did. You were editing music all the time,
yeah,
weren't you?
yeah.
But I was like, oh, bright red. But by the end of our like 2-hour conversation, we really got on. And from that point on, I
think he was trying to get me to come to Burgess Hill to meet you.
Yeah, I was. I was trying to get him and Josh, because I was going to try and set Josh and Phoebe up. Yeah.
Oh. I don't think that would have went down well. I don't think that would have went down well, really.
No, probably not. But you know, you've got to have someone for your friend.
Yeah.
If you're going to meet up.
Yeah, that's what it's like, isn't it, when you're a teenager?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't leave your friend on their own whilst you're getting to know someone.
So we eventually arranged to meet, didn't we?
Well, we were talking every night till like 4 in the morning, and we're just really getting to know each other, talking about our past, our families. And you told me you live with your nan and granddad.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was really interested. And I was like, oh, you know, it's not your usual family setup.
No, of course.
But yeah, there was a lot more to your story. And yeah, we arranged to meet up. I actually wanted to meet at night with my friend Billy, didn't I? Because I was a little bit... But
you wanted to be like a bit drunk.
I wanted to be drunk.
To meet me, because you was really shy and sort of worried about how it was going to be.
But whereas when I'm drunk... flirty.
I'm glad you didn't meet me when you was drunk.
Wanted to dance, wanted to cuddle you, and I was like, oh,
I didn't want to meet you, did I? I didn't want to meet you whilst you were drunk.
No, he said, I'm not meeting you unless you're sober. So I actually arranged to meet him on my own. I had a 3-hour gap before college, so I went and met you. Yeah. And
at a bus stop by my house.
Right next to my college. He literally lived 10 minutes from my college, which was a bonus, because I could come and see you whenever I wanted. In my lunch break and things like that.
So you made an effort, didn't you, to come and meet me?
Yeah.
And I had literally just got out of bed. I had like sleep in my eyes.
Sleep in his eyes. And a bit of morning breath. If I'm honest now. But you know,
great.
He did spray himself with some aftershave at least.
Yeah, I used to always wear that stuff.
And it was raining, and I made so much effort. I straightened my hair, and I was wearing really nice clothes, and you put a really nice shirt on. And he was walking down the hill, and I was walking up the hill, and he was like, come here then for a cuddle. And I was like, oh, amazing. He broke the ice straight away. And we sat at the bus stop for 3 hours non-stop talking. And there was quite a lot of kissing too.
Yeah, we was definitely kissing.
Definitely.
Was probably making everyone else around us feel really sick.
I think there was an old man sitting at the bus stop waiting for the bus, and we were
like, no.
First kisses are always amazing, especially if you meet someone that is a perfect kisser, you know. It sparks.
But teenagers are so gross.
We are. We were. We're not teenagers anymore. We continue to meet every day at the bus stop, and then we moved closer to his house. His nan's house.
Oh, you forgot to mention when we met for the first time, I lent him for a kiss.
No.
No?
That's when you asked me out.
What? We didn't kiss on the first day?
Yeah, we did.
We did, okay.
But
oh, right, so it was a few times after that.
It was a few times after that, right? What happened?
See, my memories all merge into one. It's
I know. You think it's one bus stop. So we was at the bus stop nearest to yours. It was on the Wednesday, so this was...
We liked bus stops, didn't we?
The 3rd or 4th day that we met.
Right, okay.
And I remember it clear as day. I was sitting on your lap and you were cuddling me and it was raining. And you went, so what do you want from me? And I was like, what do you mean, what do I want from you? And you were like, do you want to be friends with benefits?
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this on camera.
So cringy, yeah.
And you're like, friends, or do you want to be in a relationship? And I was like, well, what do you want? And he was like, will you go out with me? And I was like, I haven't been asked out in years, you know. Normally you just start seeing someone. Yeah. You also said, do you want to start seeing each other? And I was like, you know, what does that entail? What does it mean? Does that mean that you can see other people? And
it just means that you don't want to go straight into a relationship. You just want to get to know each other more, see each other more, that sort of thing.
So he asked me out and I said yes. And I said, do you want to walk me back to my bus stop? Because I had to get home. And it's a little bit awkward after someone's asked you out, you're like, yeah, we're together.
Yeah, we're together,
we've
but
just been together for 4 hours, so...
Yeah, we've only just...
Need a bit of a break.
Need a break.
So...
Been with you 4 hours now.
He started walking me to the bus stop that actually had a bus. Because this bus stop we used to sit at was like a derelict bus stop, wasn't it? Mm. The one that you asked me out at.
Yeah.
And he held my hand and turned me around and spun me around to do like a kiss. And he went, are you going to kiss me then? And I went, I was leaning back a bit.
I remember, yeah.
He was like...
Oh, it's so embarrassing.
Like, what? And I was like, I really don't know how to say this. I only knew him for a couple of days, like face to face. And I was like, you've got a booger.
Yeah, I had a bogey.
That's how I knew it was true love. And you were like so embarrassed.
Didn't you like wipe it?
I helped him get it out.
You like wiped it. And
I wiped it. And I just kissed him and I was like, it's meant to be.
Aww.
Yeah. So he walked me back to the bus stop and that was really, really funny. You were so embarrassed.
Mm.
You started staying around on weekends.
Yeah, I started staying at yours on weekends and then...
I didn't meet your nan until 6 months, did I?
Didn't you?
No.
It was a while, yeah?
Yeah.
Mm.
You had a bit of commitment phobia, didn't you?
I did, yeah. I didn't want to like... It's only because though, every sort of relationship I've had, I've never felt like the same as I have with you.
Oh,
yeah.
You're so cute. Sorry, that was a hideous face. You can cut that out if you want.
No, it's fine.
Because you were cheated on, weren't you?
Yeah. When I was about 14?
Yeah,
14, 15. Yeah. So I was a bit worried of actually committing to a relationship just out of the fear of, being hurt.
Yeah.
But it happens. It happens. And I'm so happy that, I was cheated on, because if I wasn't, then...
We wouldn't be together now.
We wouldn't be together.
I mean, it's been a bumpy road because of you've been worried all the time. Like, I was talking to a friend that was a boy and you were like, oh, you're just going to cheat on me. And I was like, hang on, that's not how it works, I would never do that to you.
I think you sort of reflect, after that happens to you, you start to reflect.
You treat the other person as if they've been unfaithful even if they haven't.
Yeah. And it's just some like bumps you've got to get over, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like when that happens.
It's not like that
You've
anymore.
been through that though, haven't you, before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to trust. It's really hard to trust.
I just have this, like, in my mind, I have, like, you have to trust everyone in a relationship until you have a reason to not trust them.
Yeah.
So that's sort of like the motto that I go by. And I trust you 100%.
I trust you too, baby.
So yeah, that's the story of how we met.
And then we've got lots more stories about our life to come up, haven't we?
Yeah. But from there, we sort of, you know, like, I stayed at yours on weekends.
And then, yeah, I came over to your nan's for my first ever dinner. And it was on a Friday, I remember. And Friday, your nan used to cook everything fried. So she'd do fried chicken wings, chips. The only thing not fried was her coleslaw, and her coleslaw is to die for. It was amazing.
It's really nice, yeah.
I could eat it by the tub, honestly. And she just came up and she was like, do you want to stay next weekend? And I was like, oh my God, okay. I was like, yes, please.
I remember briefly I was like bugging her because she never used to let anyone stay. So I was like going on her.
And then when she came out of the room, Ryan was like, she really likes you. She really likes you. She's not liked any of my girlfriends. And I was like, well, I'm a keeper then, aren't I?
Oh, it's so fun as well when we first got together. Because it was just easy, wasn't it?
Just us.
Everything was easy. It got more difficult as we had kids and as we like tried to find ourselves with our business and everything. But
we're a really good
I think we're back to like how we used to be now.
Yeah.
We're really like comfortable with each other.
Yeah.
But we don't take each other for granted.
I used to not poo with him in the house. Basically, the first time he stayed over, he was like, you know, he was just waking up in the morning and I had held in my farts all night. This is really embarrassing to talk about, but girls, you know what I'm talking about. If there's any women watching, come on, you know exactly how it is. So I held in my farts and everything, and they're so unladylike of me to talk about it, but went downstairs, watched Jeremy Kyle, had a cup of tea, and I said to him, can you just go out in the garden for a minute? And he was like, what? Why do I need to go out there? And
I went out in the garden and she locked the door.
I locked the door.
And she said, can you stay out there? And you closed the curtain, didn't you?
I closed the curtain.
And I was like...
To go upstairs.
I was like,
to have
what?
a poo.
You need... I was like, okay, you need to go to the toilet, but can you at least like open the curtain so I can watch it through the window?
So he's watching Jeremy Kyle through the window.
And to be honest, it was so early on in the relationship, I was thinking, why is this like woman like locking me in her garden so she can go to the toilet?
It happened a few times, alright? I was just...
It didn't make sense to me. I couldn't wrap my mind around it.
It's difficult for us girls.
Yeah, of course. I understand it now. So that's the story of how me and Sadie got together. There's going to be plenty more story times. And if you like this video, then please make sure to hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you next Friday.
Changed all those sad songs I made. I forgot the pain cause the bad things fade. If I did reach the top and did become the best, of course I'd still share my success.